Welcome to A Touch of Grey Matter. I'm your host, Dave Sokolowski. As always, I'm joined with Barry 3D Carter. Our tech support team is not here tonight because Thomas has a family matter that he's dealing with, and Zolf is in Dubai. And of course, you know, the Wi-Fi there is kind of fucking shaky, apparently. So it's just us. It's the two originals, the ones that, you know, enjoy doing this for you. And I mean, like, you know, we took December off because, well, fuck, it was a shit show, and getting ready for the holidays and everything else, and other shows and gigs, and, you know, and tiredness, and getting to deal with family and all that stuff. So it was just kind of like, you know what, we'll pick it up in the new year, and here we are, 2022. As you can see, I'm just reading the almanac for what's going to happen this year.
So wrong.
Oh yeah, well,
so wrong, I mean,
but
like, so right.
If you're living in Ontario, it's the same fucking year as last year, just, you know, different numbers.
Ish.
You know, so yes, it's now 2022. It's been a fun 367 days. Some not so fun. Some were really good. Of course, you know, we're still dealing with the COVID thing, and you know, that's getting more strange than the fucking marijuana that you can purchase in a provincial weed store or whatever the fuck it is, and it's just as good too. It's all bullshit, really, is what it is. If you have a dealer outside of the fucking weed stores, by all means, stay with them, because the stuff that the government's selling you is shit.
Keep the unemployment line down.
Just speaking clearly there.
Hey, look, you know what? I'll show this real quick. It's on the screen, so it might go really quick here. So we're here going away and doing our stuff that we like to do for you. And this is what Zolf is doing. Zolf is over in Dubai, if you can see it there, having limo pizza. It's a limo pizza box. You know, you got the reflection from my camera, but for my light, but that's Zolf right now over in Dubai. Good on you, Zolf. You know, he's going to come back and he's going to think, hey, guess what? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to kind of cut down and stuff like that. But due to what's happening right now, there's no more indoor gathering. Thank you, Ford. So pretty much all fitness places are closed down. So anyone that made a resolution for 2022 about getting back in shape, yeah, you're going to have to put it off to 2023.
Well, thank God I gave up doing this shit years ago, because I just don't want to fucking deal with it.
My exercise is stand up, added a stand up comedy portion. That's what it is. So, you know, before we get into all this though, Dave, I like to say a couple of highs and shout outs to some people that I think actually deserve this in a positive light. So for sure, big round of applause for this one man that supported us on this platform, individually on other platforms, and that's for Jason Reese. Thank you, Jaybird Digital Arts. The templates, he makes us look pretty. You know, if you need any work, anyone, reach out to Jaybird, because let's be real, we're all locked down a little bit more. So this is really going out to all the comedians and entrepreneurs out there. If you have some type of online business, then you need to reach out to Jaybird Digital, you know, through Facebook or his website, and get your templates, your logo, and all that work updated at a reasonable price and a timely manner. Let him know you heard about it on this show on Touch of Grey. Thank you very much. So definitely Jaybird 2022.
To echo that sentiment, definitely. Tell him Dave and Barry sent you, and he will definitely take care of you. He's fast, he's good, he's reasonably priced, and you know, we can't say enough good things about him. He's always been great to us and all of our comic friends that have used him. And yes, by all means, reach out to Jay and get your shit taken care of right now. Who else do we want to say thank you to?
I want to say thank you to some of the comedians that we've worked with over this past year. I mean, we worked with many comedians over the years, but this year really, it was harder to get live shows put together. So, you know, Zulf Ali, even though he's our brother, he's helped us get a couple of shows over at Comedy Bar. So Comedy Bar, thank you for having us on there, putting a fundraiser together, the roast night for Zulf. So we really want to reach out to the staff over at Comedy Bar. Thank you very much. Levi Mann. Yeah, that was a beautiful Levi Mann over at Taps Brew House. Forget it, the lips get in the way. We did a fundraiser over there. So thank you, Levi, out in the St. Catharines area. He does that show every Tuesday night. For sure, give him a big round of applause. Sandy McFarlane out in Kitchener, and he does Rusty Nail Comedy. Yeah.
Great room. I had the pleasure of doing that at the beginning of December, and it was, phenomenal. People there are really, they listen, they're attentive, and really as comedians, that's all you can ask for in an audience, is for people to actually listen to you, as opposed to just kind of sitting there going, well, I was offended by that joke, so I'm just going to fucking tweet it.
No, exactly. He's got some killers in there. I like that. And, and then the offshoot, Jimmy Aldridge, he goes by Jimmy English on stage, and he does Back to the Balcony podcast. He's had me on there a couple of times as a guest, and he's been doing a lot. Ryan Sim, been doing a lot with, and out in Hamilton, comedy scene there. So there's a huge comedy scene there. And definitely.
And you just put out the discussion of Excalibur.
That's right. and Jim, poor Jim, he has like such great guests on his show, and then he brings me on, and every time he brings me on, he's like, okay, we've done this movie, we've done that movie, Barry, what are you talking about? And I'll bring on stuff like Fritz the Cat, and Excalibur 1981, and I come up with these ones from left field, and he looks at me and he's like, really? And you have to understand, like, Jim, he's older, he's retired, him and his wife, salt of the earth people, beautiful, him and Pat. And then they bring me in like a wild card, and he watches these movies before he reviews them to get his points, and he'll watch them with his wife, Pat. And they're like, Barry picked this, huh? Yep. But you know what? He does a whole thing on Facebook with a writing group on Facebook for comedy writers, workshops. So he's really into the culture there. Absolutely. And another person also, David Green, thank you, for the Garden Festival comedy, and everything he's doing out in the St. Catharines area. If you don't know, look up David Green. Trust me. Thank you, and keep doing you, and there's many more out there. Trust me. We're not trying to forget people, but
Mark at Showtime has always been good to us. And,
yes.
It's one of those things where you meet certain people and you're kind of like, you know what, I'd much rather work for them. And it's not even just like the money does have a lot to play in it, but it's more or less, you know what, like these guys are at least allowing me the opportunity, and these guys are putting their faith in me to, hold forth my section of the show and everything else, where a lot of other people are just kind of like, I don't know who you are.
Exactly.
And it's times where, you get the opportunities, and these people, keep coming back to you and saying, hey, I got a spot open. Do you want it? And you're like, yeah. And they'll be like, perfect. Come on down. So, for David, Levi, Mark, Jimmy, I haven't had a chance to do that show yet, but
I gotta make you in touch with you.
I got a couple of movies there that I'd like to review.
Absolutely, I'll put you all in touch together. Absolutely, and I said, and then of course everyone out there that's watching, supporting live comedy, supporting what we're doing. Thank you very much, and even more so right now. We're not performing live, right? So comedians need a venue, and thank you for kind of tuning in. And all we ask is the simple like, subscribe, and share. So if everyone would just click the like button, tell friends to click the like button so we can get more likes and more people subscribed on our YouTube page, so we can finally get a proper name instead of, I'm not a man, I'm a number, like Prisoner, that movie, if you know the series Prisoner, then I'm just aging myself, but still.
But not only that, not only can you go to our YouTube page where you're probably watching this from and like and subscribe and everything else, but you can also go to redbubble.com and check out
Yes.
A Touch of Grey and all our merchandise and everything else and whatnot. And you can buy shit from us. And yeah, we can do that.
Awesome. Resting Dave face. We all need that.
We are done. Our first year. We have finished our first year. We've done a full year. Well, not really a full year, but mostly a full year because we took the summer off and we took December off. So,
and that's
part, we did a year.
And we got like what, over 100? I'm not even sure. There's over 100 episodes on our YouTube page for Touch of Grey. Last I looked, I think 104. Or...
I don't have time to sit there and count them. I just upload them. But as long as Gary has some free time and whatnot, by all means, go look.
Hey man, I like to check the numbers. That's what it comes down to. I'm gonna take a peek right now. If I go over here and scroll down. Hold on, and I go over to let's see. Why? Oh, here we go. Okay, Touch of Grey. Yes, I'm all right. So if I look at our page right now and I look at videos, this is going to tell me, and that it shows you. I didn't even realize we did that many. To tell you the truth, man.
We have 31 subscribers, which is impressive.
Yeah, which is great. And but the number of videos is what it's like. We did that many. That's what it's not showing me the total, but I know it's over 100.
We have 1,158 views.
Sweet. All this helps.
I don't know how many of them are just us going, ooh, we uploaded that one, did we?
And we'll touch on that. That's for sure. But I think it's still impressive because, what I like the fact is people start YouTube channels and I'm not crapping on anybody. It's not easy to kind of keep something going all the time, but they'll start it and then it might kind of drop off and it might not get back to it. And you don't get some of the newer ones that would have that many videos altogether. After a while, it's like it starts off and it just seems to drop after a point. So the fact that it's still, we have 102 videos on there officially. We're not even counting what we're doing right now. So thank you for everyone for holding on. We want to at least have 100 subscribers. That's the goal, I think, for 2022 for me. 100 subscribers on this, 100 subscribers on the Iconist podcast and more. So this way we don't have just, the barcode as our name. We can actually put our name on there. Makes it easier for everyone.
That little blue check mark.
Yeah, verified.
We do not want to become influencers because seriously, you shouldn't be following advice from us for fucking anything. I mean, we are fucking horrible at it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but our advice would keep it comical, though. Our advice would make it interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tag us in the TikTok.
You know who else's advice made it really interesting for last year?
Oh no, who?
Trump.
Oh Jesus!
It's almost a year to the day for the Capitol riots.
Right? Knew this was coming up. Let's do it.
That shit was a year ago.
It felt like everything's a blur's day now since I've been home, right? But a year ago, so listen, we're going through Touch of Grey, year in review. Here we go. We're starting off with, was it January 6th, was it? That they did it, or January 4th? January 6th, right?
January 6th.
Oh, man. And we're going back with Trump. And with Trump, what stands out for me is not Trump. It's not the Capitol being raided. It's the people that raided the Capitol. And some of them, first of all, there was the Viking warrior. He's like the poster boy for me for that insurrection. The one with the big buffalo hat, like he was a water buffalo with the horns on there and the American flag on his chest and his face all painted. He looked like a bad version of Mytor.
You knew somebody at his work was sitting there and was approached and said, "Hey, you know what? We'd like to give you this award for working with the mentally challenged or whatnot, and you think it's great. And he's got to be sitting there going, no, 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 no. I think you misunderstood me when I said I work with fucking retards. Look at this fucking guy. Like, I don't think you quite grasp the concept of what I'm talking about here. And they're like, well, you do all this great work with them. I have to, because if not, these guys are sitting around licking the fucking windows and setting the place on fire.
When you get a old school, when you get a phone, I'm talking like the rotary phone or the touch dial phone, the landlines, right? And you go to the store and you buy the phone, you get it home and you open it up, you plug it in the wall, you take it out the box, you plug it in the wall, and then you look in the box and you're like, what's this? And it's instructions, how to use a phone, how to dial the number, press keypad to dial numbers.
Sorry, before you continue with that thought, for anybody watching this that doesn't know what it is, a long, long time ago, we used to have phones in the house. If you're in a place and you're looking at a weird sort of outlet on your wall and it's just got a little, and you think, ooh, is that where I plug the internet into? Because it looks like the Cat5 cable goes in there. No, that used to be the phone line. And you couldn't just walk around, or you couldn't take pictures with it. You couldn't, download your favorite episodes of certain shows, like A Touch of Grey Matter or Iconis. You literally had to sit there and, God forbid if, somebody else was on it, because then you were fucking screwed. Or if your older sister or younger brother needed to use the phone and then the internet came out, and God forbid you were downloading something and somebody picked up the phone, fucked everything up. You downloaded a picture, you got to about here. Somebody picks up the, and you've been doing it for 8 hours.
Oh, I see a nipple. Damn it.
You get to the areola and it just fucking cuts right off.
Technology. Yeah, and we use that we use less technology than that to put a person on the moon. Scary. We'll touch on that, but right. So that Buffalo Soldier.
I've got it written down here. Jagoffs in space. So.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be talking about them.
Well, speaking of Jagoffs, this will kill me. So during the insurrection, this all happens to me. This guy was the poster boy of the insurrection, right? He was everywhere. He had the cape on, and he had like a fur cape, and then he gets arrested. And what blows my mind is he gets arrested. They put him in jail. He's holding him because of what he did. And then he refuses to eat meat because he's vegan. Look here, dipshit. You're wearing a fur cap with a fur cape, looking like you're a tribal warrior, but you're vegan.
Yeah, see, this dude wearing fur is already pissing off the dogs, too.
Right.
So
I'm not going to eat meat in jail because I'm vegan, so I'm going to starve, or you guys get me a vegan meal. And see, this is where tax dollars go wrong, because they went out and got him the vegan meal. If it was me, Dave, I would have gone outside, I would have cut the lawn, I would have thrown the grass on a plate, give him some salad dressing, and said, have a good day. And he's like, what's this? I'm like, it's good enough for the cows, it's fucking good enough for you. Okay?
See, and that's where you're nicer than I am.
It's true.
Because I literally would just, I'd shit in his mouth. Like, here. It's organic. Fuck you.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's him. And then it was the Mr. Mom guys, I call it, the stay-at-home dad that walked out with the podium over his shoulder and waving to everybody with his cap, sorry, with his hat, with his hood, sorry, his winter hat, his toque, with the little two pom poms on either side, kind of, hey. It was like an American Dad moment, or Family Guy. It's like, hey, everyone, look what I got.
And that, and the fact that like these guys are doing this shit and they're looking at the camera, like they're staring right at the cameras, much like we're doing here, so that you can see what we're fucking talking about. And then afterwards, they're all like, I don't know how I got caught. I don't get it. And all upset. They were all upset about that one chick, and I can't remember her name, but she was the one that got shot. And
Yes,
she was trying to leap through the window, and she just got blown. Which, to be honest with you,
I said the whole thing blows my mind. So I mean, those are two people that really. I mean, there's more than that stands out, right? But anytime people say the insurrection, January 6th, those are the two images that really flash in my head instantly. Is the water buffalo soldier and Mr. Mom walking out with the podium. I mean, there's a lot more images than that. The woman you talked about that got shot. But that's really, and then they get caught. And then what blows my mind is you put it, they looked right at the camera. They captured them in H-friggin-D, right? 4K, whatever. Yet you're trying to tell me that we can't get a clear picture of Sasquatch or Bigfoot at this point? Like, people can't hold the camera still enough. People are breaking into a place and we're getting Martin Scorsese film editing going on here, but we can't get a decent picture of Bigfoot. Come on now.
Well, that's just the one thing that kind of blows my mind, is the fact that you've got all this technology for the cameras and for the security and everything else and whatnot. And then you still see some images of like certain crimes. And it's like, was Michael J. Fox taking this picture? Like, what the fuck happened? Like, was this the only picture you could find was during an earthquake? Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, and it like literally boggles my mind. Like, I just, it's always stupid shit like that. That just, you just kind of look and go, really?
But it's true.
I'm pretty sure somebody would be able to spend the money and improve the technology.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know who it won't be.
So that's the insurrection for me. What are yourself when someone says insurrection, January 6th? What's the first thing that pops into your head, or the first image that you see pop into your head?
The first one that pops into my head is literally Trump sitting there going, I didn't tell them to do it. I say we march down to the Capitol and we tell them exactly how we feel. And by we march down to the Capitol, I mean you march down to the Capitol, because I'm fucking getting in my limo and fucking off.
I'm going back to the White House, the Oval Office. I'm going to push the button to get a Diet Coke.
Because they stole the election from me.
You'll rue the day of this, I tell you. Rue the day.
First of all, I mean, like, let's clarify something, okay? As much as Herr Donald is a complete fucking idiot, he ranks up, like, when you think scary people, he's right under C. Montgomery Burns. Like, they both have the same kind of twisted, you're a little bit fucked up, but I'd put more faith into Burns's plans than I would Trump's.
Yeah.
Mostly too because something that happened late in the year
Right.
is going to be um, coming out hopefully soon on HBO Max is Epstein's Little Black Book, which I'm sure the FBI has it and they're going through it very thoroughly and whatnot. As Ghislaine Maxwell is sitting in a cell contemplating when her chance for suicide is going to come in.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I mean, people might have seen the memes, and you know, they talk about and I forget me with the names, but I know it's Jeff, and what's his girlfriend's name again?
Ghislaine.
And you know, everyone, I've seen the memes going around saying, you know, it's nice when couples finish each other's sentences and it shows the two of them together, right? It's going to be. It started last year, or you know, in 2021. It's going to explode in 2022. I don't know if she's going to make it.
Because there's also the other meme that has her picture there with her date of birth, and then the date of death was sometime next week.
Yeah, I honestly think. I mean, it's right now the whole case is very high profile. So if something was to happen to her soon, you know, I mean, everyone's going to come up with the conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And yeah, this is one of the few times I'll say, yeah, you're probably right. There's a lot of powerful people right now that are sweating. Well, not Prince Andrew because he doesn't have sweat glands. But a lot of people are sweating. What's going to come out of, you know, all the investigation out of her mouth? What's going to be there in the book? Who's going to be alleged with what? And I mean, if anyone with common sense just does any type of search and just does a Google search and said who this person hung with, you see pictures of who he's hung out with, him and his girlfriend, who they've hung out with and partied with, you know. So it's there, and it's not even a conspiracy theory.
And there's tons of pictures of him and Donald and
oh yeah,
whichever girlfriend he was with at the time and whatnot. But going back to Prince Andrew for a second, I mean, like, of course, you know, like seriously, he probably does not sweat, because if you remember what his father looked like just before he passed away in May, that fucker was drier than the Sahara. He looked like he died in 2015, and his body just didn't know it yet. Their Halloween decorations at Buckingham Palace were literally just sitting Prince Philip outside as the fucking crypt keeper.
J.K. Rowling sitting around. It's like, okay, so I need inspiration for Lord Voldemort. What would he look? Got it.
He was drier than a beef Wellington on Hell's Kitchen.
Oh.
When he died, 6 people lost their job, and their job was just to walk around with fucking spray bottles to keep spritzing him.
Moisture. We need more moisture. Who turned on the humidifier?
Like he, and you know, the top news story of the end of 21 was obviously Betty White passing away, and
yeah,
everybody's got their favorite Betty White story and whatnot, and I mean, like, we're no different. She was a comedic genius. She had great comedic timing. But both her and Prince Philip, weeks before their 100th birthdays, both passed away in 21. So rest in peace, Betty, and go pick yourself Philip. I guess.
Yeah, sounds about right. I said the Betty White one. There's certain celebrity deaths I think that hit people hard when it happens, and I mean, if anyone has been following this show, if you go back to one of our earlier episodes, we reshared it just recently on the day of, and just in respect for Betty White, we did a whole episode on Betty White, Dr. Ruth, and I can't remember the third lady's name.
Sue Johansson.
Thank you. Yes. Sex with Sue. And I'm saying these are people that we need to keep safe during this whole outbreak that is happening right now. And Betty White was doing everything. And I mean, she had 115 like film credits. She had her own show. She was a staple in Hollywood, and all the, people that have like their YouTube comments or making their TikToks or any social media about it. Not one person has said one bad thing about Betty White. They didn't say anything bad about her when she was alive. Definitely didn't say anything bad about her when she was gone. The closest one tabloid magazine was able to do was pull up saying, "Oh, there's a little bit of unrest on the set of Golden Girls," but that was it. It was nothing bigger and deeper than that.
Well, not only that too. Like when everybody dies nowadays, it seems like, the memes come out and whatnot, and they're, some are in good taste, some are in bad taste, some are funny, some aren't, and whatnot.
Right.
But I have yet to see a negative one about Betty White.
Yeah.
Like there's been none of the, like you always see the one where it's the Grim Reaper in like playing the game there, the claw game.
Oh, right.
It was always, like, oh, come on, Betty White. Fuck. Like even this one was just kind of like, no, like not even.
No one has anything bad to say about her, which just shows you the kind of person she was. And it's nice to see there was a genuinely nice person within Hollywood, because Hollywood, you always hear about people having a dark side and so forth. And it's just nice to hear that one person, she was very transparent beginning to end. She was comic genius. She did stand up for what she believed in. She did do some memorable shows, she's got some great lines. And she showed up everywhere. I mean, she showed up on, with WWE, for example. She showed up on a whole lot of comedy movies. And it seemed like as she got into her later years, she was just everywhere. Like, everybody wanted Betty White to work with Betty White. I mean,
like her show, she was the star of her show and everything else. And it was like a daytime talk show type variety show and whatnot. But she was actually the producer of it.
Right.
And when that was like back in like the infancy of television and whatnot, that was unheard of for somebody who was just over 30, I believe, being the producer of their own show, but being a female producer of their own show, which is why when the tap dancer that she brought out, they're like, you can't do that. She's
yep.
Like,
yes, My show.
They're like, we're going to cancel your show. She's like, so be it. But this is a hill I am willing to die on.
Yep.
And nowadays, you don't get that. You don't have those people that are willing to do that. They're just kind of like, no.
No, they're far and few in between. And, rest in peace, Betty White, for your legacy. And hopefully people will be able to follow that up. And hopefully we're in a position one day that we can follow the example that she set for others. Because I think that's one of the few people you could look up to and see some positive things about it. And things that stand out for Betty White. I mean, yes, I watch Golden Girls because Betty White was, to me, it was her and B. Arthur. They are the ones that made the show. I know B. Arthur from watching Maude. Right. And if anyone likes like TV as much as I do, especially like some of the older shows, you realize that these shows kicked off like the spinoffs, right?
Oh yeah.
So you had, for example, All in the Family with Archie Bunker kicked off the spinoff for the Jeffersons. But then B. Arthur's show, Maude, was the spinoff for Good Times. Right? Because it had on Florence and the actor who played her husband, John Amos,
Yes, John Amos.
right, and that's where they first showed up was on Maude, and then they gave them the spin-off for those two characters that have Good Times, which brought in, of course, Jimmy Walker, Mr. J, JJ Dynamite, and that's how that's, yeah, Jimmy Walker, and that's how that all. But that's where they first.
And that was the thing. That was the whole Norman Lear.
Yes.
Like it was. Yeah, I mean, like he had his hands in Archie Bunker, Jeffersons, Maude, Good Times, Facts of Life, Different Strokes.
Holy crap! Yeah.
I mean, like so many. Three's Company. Like if it was on TV, late 70s, early 80s, it was from him.
Yeah, he had his hand in it.
So yeah, I mean, like so he's another one that's, he's 90. I think he's 99 as well.
Well, really?
Yeah.
Come on, man. One more year. I know when I think Betty White, I always think of it's The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
And the fact that Betty White is in there dancing and singing a Little John song from the windows to the walls, her and Sandra Bullock. Done. I was like, okay, done.
Well, but not only that too. I mean, like it was still one of those, like her and Ryan Reynolds, like they go back and forth on Twitter all the time, and I mean, like to see something like that was just incredible.
She kills you with kindness. She's one of those that would roast you, but she's so nice about it that you're like, what do I say? She knew.
How exactly do I tell this bitch to fuck off?
You can't. I said that everyone has their stories with Betty White. Everyone has their scenes that remember early in her career, mid-career, late career. And she was, no matter what, she never slowed down. Her mind is quick.
Not anymore.
Oh, no, not.
I mean, like, I'm going to guess it stopped.
She's resting now.
But, that's the other thing, too. So, like, like for the while there, every time there was a mass shooting in the U.S. and you saw that, the shooter was brought in alive and whatnot, the next thing was, there's a picture of Betty White. Because, like, Betty White, now it's going to have to be Betty dead.
Yeah. Yep. But rest in peace. Thank you for the memories. Go and watch some classic TV shows. Proposal, that's one of them. And I'd like to see if anyone has anything, put it in the comments. Dave, if I say Betty White, what role, scene, whatever, what pops to mind for yourself?
There's a number of them, like Mary Tyler Moore Show. Golden Girls. We watched a lot of the Golden Girls over the weekend. But I mean, like she also did like numerous guest star roles on like everything under the sun, right? So, I mean, I never really got into the last show that she was on there, Hot in Cleveland.
Okay, right.
But I mean, like I've heard good things about it. So
yeah, that was a good cast. That was a strong cast, though. That was a strong cast on that show. I like that cast. That was fun. A nice.
More sad news from. Sorry to interrupt here, but I was
go ahead.
My notes, and I'm like, more sad news from 2021. Unfortunately, the Kardashians are still alive and well. If anybody wants to go put a bullet in their fucking skull, by all means do so. Not that I'm trying to incite violence or anything like that. I will walk with you over to the Capitol. But, yeah, like if for 2022, if I never have to hear their fucking name again, I will be fucking enthused, really.
You see, here it is. I'll say this: I have grown to like and respect Kim Kardashian a lot out of that whole group, out of the whole family dynamic, right? And hear me out. So it's just me and you as the audience, as Dave has now left the building to get a Q-tip, to get a drink. Let me check my phone to see if he's texting me separately here to tell me where I can go and jump into, which lake it is.
No, go ahead, please. I want to fucking hear this.
Right. Okay. So, as I said, and out of all of them, I'm going to put my stake with Kim Kardashian. And why? Because Kim, at least at this point, as much as she is in front of the camera like the rest of her siblings and family members, she is still trying to do some good, more so than the rest of them with the popularity she has right now, right? She's kind of taken on some of the roles with her dad and looking into law. She's been trying to work with reform within prisons. I'll give her that. She's really kind of pushing that more forward. She's trying to protect her kids. And let's be real. She was married to Kanye for how many years, right? That motherfucker crazy. At this point, Kim, cut your ties. You put up with Kanye for all his crap. You try to help him. You try to be there. And in that situation with Kim and Kanye, I don't put anything negative on Kim for how she acted. She there as a wife, turned around and tried to stand by her man, tried to help her man. And then at one point, I thought she would have jumped ship from way before. When she finally jumped ship, look how Kanye's been acting and carrying on. He's still just as crazy. And she's got to deal with that, the kids, the public, and she's still trying to do something positive. So I'm not going to front on anyone that's trying to do something positive with their popularity. So for me, good on her. Her sisters, on the other hand, I don't care who's going out with what ex-drummer man or whatever case to be, don't give a shit. But for Kim, I will say this, good on you for 2020. Because, I mean, if 2022, she could have been just like the rest of them, but she's not, She's trying to make that division there. Ain't saying she's perfect, but she's trying to do at least something positive. I don't see the rest of them trying to help out with anything else besides who they're dating and where they're at any point in their lives. That's it. How's that cookie, Dave? Dave rather get himself diabetes than listen to me on my positivity about Kim Kardashian.
I was going to say that cookie, the gingerbread house has been sitting there for 2 weeks and it hasn't been touched. The cookie is about as difficult to swallow as that bullshit that you were just fucking spitting out there.
I'm looking away because I look over at the camera to see Dave, and see my camera's here and my screen's over here, so this is why my head keeps turning. But I feel the eyes.
Let's just say that like following in her father's footsteps for law.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for her. Other than getting OJ off, what has her father done?
Kept their mother happy when he was alive.
Stayed a man.
Right? He didn't dip into her closet to try anything on.
And before anybody comes back, trust me, I don't fucking care. I do not fucking care one bit about whatever pronouns you want to use, how you want to identify, what you want to, call yourself or anything like that. I really don't fucking care. Where I am, it's a safe haven. If you're feeling, trapped or whatnot, trust me, I will be one of the first ones there to help you out and everything else.
True.
As far as Bruce Jenner goes, I guess guilty by association because of the Kardashians, and I really don't fucking care about any of them. And the fact that, they put themselves out there in this TV show and whatnot, then get all bitchy and upset because, why can't these people just leave us alone in our time of need and blah, blah, blah. Fuck off. Like, you don't get to pick and choose. You want to put yourself out there like that, then that's what you're going to do. And when you need private time, you don't fucking have it anymore.
No.
That's being you. So, I mean, like, the only way I would like to keep up with the Kardashians if I was chasing them down with a fucking combine. So, yeah, regardless of her valid points or whatever, you rose to fame on a sex tape.
Yep. She rose to fame, all right.
You married a complete and total fucking waste of a human. Yeezy.
Yee.
Oh, sorry. Is that what he's being now known as?
Yeah. Yee. Y-E. Yeah. Now you know why she's staying with Pete Davidson. At least he uses all the letters in his names.
You'd think with all the money that she's making for doing absolutely fucking nothing, she'd get her eyes checked.
Hey, look, it just proves that, she just likes a man that can make her laugh. So if that's the case, shit. Any comedian out there has a shot.
Well, let's be honest. I'm sure that wasn't her first sex tape, and any comedian out there is going to need a fucking shot.
Hey, at least she was more enthused about it than was it Paris Hilton sex tape from way back. Oh my God.
You're going to need at least 3 or 4 doses plus boosters.
Plus boosters.
Yeah, no, I can't be. Just the whole fucking clan could go off a cliff for all I care.
All right, Dave. So hold on. Here's another person I think that should just kind of disappear, just because of pure stupidness. And I know you got your notes, but I'm going to interject this one here real quick. Gorilla Glue Girl. Remember her? She's the young lady named her Tasika Brown, and she used Gorilla Glue in her hair to keep it a certain shape, not realizing that you can't wash out Gorilla Glue. So then it just stuck to her head, and her hair was permanently that shape. And then they had to do a whole GoFundMe thing, and they get doctors involved, and then they had to, like, surgery was talked about as an option, and finally a doctor flew her out and had to, because Gorilla Glue says, hey, she's like, how do we get Gorilla Glue off of skin? And she's like, even the company's like, I don't know. And it took one doctor to figure out a treatment to kind of separate her hair without her losing her hair or her scalp. Because what happens is over time, Gorilla Glue just hardens and hardens and hardens and contracts. And her hair was causing her like pressure on her head and headaches. So she had to you just can't wash out Gorilla Glue from hair. She had her hair all styled and everything like that. And it was hard like a helmet. And what she did with her fame, once she got all that Gorilla Glue out of her hair after weeks of agony going back and forth, she wanted to come out with a song or a rap career or some shit like that. So,
yeah, you know what? I remember reading that story, and I remember seeing it all over the internet. And,
right.
As much as I really do not give a rat's ass about her now,
Mhm.
I think I cared even less then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, let's face it. I mean, like, you know what? It's not a popular idea, but at that point in time, natural selection should fucking kick in and thin the fucking herd a little bit.
Absolutely.
You know, like, let's save some of the vaccines and booster shots on this one because she's not going to fucking make it. You know,
that's what they should
like,
do. They should turn around, right? They should turn around and look at people's social media. It's like, okay, have you done anything stupid? You know what? You don't get the booster.
Like, seriously, if you put Gorilla Glue in your fucking hair, or if you did that fucking Kiki challenge, you know, no, you don't get a fucking vaccine. You know, you don't get a vaccine, you don't get a hospital bed. Shut the fuck up and die.
You don't pass go, you don't get your $200. Thank you very much. I think that's you've hit it off the head. And it's all these challenges, all the TikTok challenges that get me, or the things that pop up too. You know, another one that I find very popular it just annoys me is you'll have one of these internet models, right? Not even a real model, internet model, and she'll say me or PS5. I'm taking a PS5. I don't know who you. I don't know you. Don't know where you've been. If this is the only way you can turn around and find yourself a date, me or a PS5. Really?
First of all, let's compare.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure PS5 will update a number of times for free.
Yes.
After a couple of years, you're going to have to go get something injected into your lips, your ass, your tits, whatever. And that's going to cost fucking money. So I'm going to take the PS5 because, A, it's probably going to be a lot more entertaining because I'm going to guess you do not suck cock. So
at least the PS5 you can share with friends and not hear no flack.
Exactly. You know what? That's
right.
Point number 2.
Right. Go on.
You can have friends over with the PS5. You're not going to have to hear again.
They're so loud. You shouldn't be doing this. No, PS5 is just insert here and have fun.
I'm sure so is she, but
well, yeah, she comes with strings attached.
again, PS5 still more fun.
Yeah. There's more points you can play with.
Seeing as we're talking about stupid people on the internet, let's
go for
clarify some of the shit that happened in 2021. As most people were, struggling with their jobs and making payments and rent and everything else, and sitting there and like really struggling with money and everything else. Two of the classic assholes on planet Earth decided, hey, let's go to space. And my biggest complaint with them going to space was they didn't fucking stay there.
They came back.
Half the planet is starving, looking for food. The other half is sitting there trying to hide out from a pandemic and getting shots every other fucking day and being essential workers and going to work and whatnot, while everybody else is sitting at home hiding under their fucking desk like it's a nuclear test facility. All of a sudden, these two jagoffs decide, hey, I know what I'm going to spend multi-million dollars on. Never mind helping everybody out. Fuck this. I want off the planet. Fine. You can take your money and you can go to space and everything else, but you better fucking stay there, because if you come back down here and it's the same shit, guess what? Your bank account better be fucking zeros.
Rocket Man.
Jeff Bezos and fucking Elon Musk, cocksucking douchebag motherfuckers.
Well, Jeff Bezos.
But I really do like the new Teslas. They look nice.
but Jeff Bezos, you nailed it, right? Cocksuckers. Didn't Jeff Bezos pretty much tell all of us to suck his cock because had you seen what his rocket ship looked like? It looked like a shaft and two balls. It just Rocket Man. He was like, everyone can suck my cock, and he just took off.
The second Austin Powers, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes.
That looks like a giant Johnson. Come here for a second. What does this remind you of?
Here we go. I like sci-fi movies. I like a lot of my sci-fi movies. I like the whole outer space thing. I like the exploration of it. I'll watch my Star Trek Discovery and all that. And shout out to Patrick Hay for being on Star Trek Discovery as a Vulcan. Live long and prosper. Good on you, brother. Yeah. Hot damn. I was jealous because I wanted that role. Not that I went for it, but I mean, I would love to be on it. But that's positivity right there, you know. But Jeff Bezos going out there in outer space with a ship that looked like a giant dick. All the money you have, all the people working underneath you. Someone comes back with a design and says, "Hey, boss, we've designed your spaceship. Check it out. Here's it from the top, and here's it from the side." And he's like, "Hey, looks good. Does it look like a penis?" No. No. Because you know who wins is the guy who designed the spaceship, because he's going around to all his friends and they're sitting around and he's like, "Look, there's my boss. I put him on a giant dick for the dick he is. So long." And he paid me. Like, you couldn't tell this thing. Look, I've seen the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars, right? I've seen the Enterprise in Star Trek. I've watched them all. Okay, right. And not one of those ships looked like a giant dick, except for maybe closest Spaceballs the movie. And Spaceballs was a parody. It's supposed to look like a dick at some point with the short. But come on now. Come on. In real life, you made a flying dick?
The only thing I can think of is he forgot what his looked like because he's been divorced so many times that they've fucking taken it.
Oh my gosh. I saw a meme today that just describes it, right? There's a meme going around and it got shared. And so it's him, Jeff Bezos, with the new girl that he's dating. I don't know who she is anyways. And it's a disco party. So he's got the shirt open, he's got the pants, and there's a disco themed New Year's Eve party. And someone wrote, it's like, Jeff Bezos looks like he's a character from Grand Theft Auto when you do a random selection for the body type, the clothes, and you don't give a fuck.
I saw something else. I saw that picture.
Right.
But it was something else, and now I can't think of what the hell it is. He looked like he was like fresh out of the 70s, and was just trying to save money on clothing because apparently he didn't get any fucking delivered to him from Amazon.
It's like, please don't disrespect the 70s. Thank you very much. I like the 70s, Jeff. Don't do that. I mean, you flew on a giant dick. I'm like, if I was somewhere saying, "Hey, I'm going to space. What does my spaceship look like?" And someone said, "Hey, Barry, it looks like a giant dick." I'm like, okay, you're fired. And someone needs to redesign this whole thing real quick for me, right? No, I'm not flying on a giant dick. I mean, you don't realize social media, all the jokes are about to come out, and these are from the non-comedians. Good luck. If they ever do a roast that you show up for, and they have you there, you have given them so much material that they're going to have to give a two-parter on your roast for that night.
Well, I mean, like, to start, again, let's go with the dogs are just...
They agree with me.
Yeah, no. For starters, let's go back to, you're spending money on a space flight, which was what I can only assume would be about as exciting as a child's roller coaster at Disneyland. Because really, you're going up, you're coming down.
You're not even in space. You're just at the upper part of the atmosphere. You're not even really in space. I mean, his spaceship just should have been designed as a fist with a finger sticking out the top of it and just going up, because pretty much he's just saying F you to everybody. It's like,
well, and that's what I mean. Him and Elon Musk, and again, it's your money. Do what you want with it and everything else. I don't fucking care. But if you're not going to help out the planet or anything like that, and you're going to spend the money to go into space, fucking stay there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't come back in 20 minutes and go, that was fun. You know.
I'm sure his ex-wife turned around and said it didn't take him that long. Boom, boom.
It's a write-off.
Yo, okay, so I'm gonna hit you with this one. So this one made me laugh throughout the year, right? And God, all I'm gonna say is Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders
at the inauguration.
Yes,
probably the most used picture ever, and I believe, if I recall correctly,
right,
that was one of our first shows too.
You know what? I think you're right. Yeah, we did talk about that.
Talking about Bernie.
Yep. Oh my gosh, yes, because that's when the whole thing kind of came out, and we spoke about it, and we were having a ball because of Bernie being a meme, his gloves, and wow,
just sitting there with the gloves and everything, just
holy crap! Yeah, it was that was episode number 1 for A Touch of Gray Matter on YouTube. Holy crap! Yeah, 11 months ago. Bernie Sanders. Well, you just see my big head, but you see the name of it. Hopefully you see the name properly. Yeah. But yeah, that was it. Yeah, Bernie Sanders. Yeah.
I remember I shared so many of those fucking things. That I mean, like I was having a blast with them. There was, some of the ones that were coming out were just, perfect. But I remembered at one point in time, M just looked at me and went, "Stop."
I knew you
stop.
You were having a ball. So just everyone knows, we have our own little group chat. Friends have their own group chats and all that. So we have one, and it's like me, Dave, Zolf, and Thomas, and we'll share jokes amongst each other, and sometimes we plan stuff out. And when this whole Bernie Sanders thing came out, Dave was just like every couple of minutes, just boom, boom, boom. It was rapid fire with all the different ones that you were sending us in that group chat. I was dying.
Every couple of minutes, I was seeing a new one, and I was like, my God.
Bernie just,
crossed and it was just perfect. It was like, how long do I have to stay here? What the fuck's going on?
So out of the memes you sent and the ones you remember, which one stands out for you for the Bernie Sanders one? His brain is overloading. I can see the vein popping.
There were so many of them, and every once in a while they still kind of pop up, and oh man, I gotta.
But good on him for wearing those gloves, because the company that made it, they sold out of those gloves in what, a day or something like that.
Well, yeah, but that was actually, if I recall correctly, that was just somebody who made them.
Yeah, in Vermont.
And sent them to him.
Yes. It was a little company in Vermont, a little mom and pop shop in Vermont that, sent him the gloves or got the gloves. But when everyone saw him on there and then memes started blowing up, everyone's like, I want a pair of those gloves. And they couldn't, they were backlogged at one point. The Bernie Sanders memes that were getting me were, of course, me being the comic book geek, I like the one where it's Bernie Sanders and sitting with Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, on top of the bridge where Deadpool's going through his list on the first movie, and Bernie Sanders is just sitting there with his arms crossed and he's listening to him. That's one that got me cracked up.
There was that one. There was the one with him at the Last Supper.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Just in different
Him and
was the
Forrest
last
Gump.
separate one. Oh,
Oh, Forrest Gump and him sitting on the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones.
yes. Now I'm trying to find them all. So, but it's almost impossible. I mean, like that's going back so far. And yeah, unfortunately, there's no way I can go back and find them all now. But yeah, no, that was definitely one of my favorites from last year for sure. Just and it was a lot of like I think there was one of him, Chris Rock, and Ice Cube
Yes.
from Friday.
Yes. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, good on him for that meme for coming out the way it did. People, the internet is king. They made their jokes about it. That company with their gloves, they made their sales to the point they were back ordered. So to me, it was a win-win. We had our good laughs, and someone got some business out of it. So good on them. Another thing was Evergreen, the Suez Canal.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Speaking of bad sex tapes, well, I mean, like, no, seriously, if you've ever seen the Suez Canal, it's literally a waterway that ships will go through. It's,
right.
Like you go. Somehow this fucker decided to do one of those 93-point turns that you saw in Austin Matthews with the little cart there. And he's like, and fucking wedged themselves sideways. And it's like, how the fuck did you, like, was this your last driving test before getting your permit? And you just went, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to.
Tokyo Drift!
Like, fuck. Fast and Furious 11, Suez Canal.
Right, and then the little tugboat or the one little digger trying to dig it out. It's like, it's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck. What are we gonna do? Get that crane. That what? 20 of them? No, just bring me one. Just bring me one. Put it here, and let's just start digging out. It was like the little engine that could, and that's how they were going, trying to get that thing freed. And that one thing blocked.
It actually
everybody.
Looked like a toy Tonka truck.
Yeah.
Besides this massive ship, and
size like 3 football fields.
It's like it's almost like throwing marbles in the Grand Canyon. Going, I'll fill it up. Watch, I can do this.
I'll be here for a while.
This won't take me that long. I get it done.
My God, I mean, and that just really blocked a lot because there were ships hovering around, and that was funny is that the ships would go around and they were going around in this holding pattern, and someone was having too much fun, and the holding pattern looked like a dick and balls once again. Someone was having some fun because no ships could get in, no ships can get out, and that's a main vein for the shipping community. So if people couldn't get their new phones and new video game systems and all that, it was because at that time that one ship blocked it. And there was like $93 million go through in a couple of weeks or something like that of goods.
But the thing is too, and what's really funny about that is that ever since then, it's been a clusterfuck for getting shit in.
Yes. Yeah.
Like it's still fucked up. Like there's still like 90 or something ships out of the port of LA, which can't get into anywhere.
I mean, like up to now.
Now, yeah.
Really?
Oh,
wow. Yeah, that explains some stuff.
Like for my day job, because I know a lot of you are surprised. They're like, "You have a day job?" Yeah, I have a day job because I'm a comedian in Canada. And it's not like I'm gonna fucking live. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass getting shit in because nothing's there.
Oh,
nothing's coming through. So that fucked up a lot.
I didn't realize it was still affecting. I know things with shipping was still being messed up, but I didn't realize it was still because of that one incident that it's still backlogged up to now.
I don't know if it's still from that incident, but
Right.
it's just been a consistent
Oh yeah,
clusterfuck from day one type thing.
since the whole pandemic thing, it
Yeah.
has been. This is why it's harder to get certain phones. It's why it's harder to get anyone can get a PS5 or an Xbox One. Sorry, the Xbox Series S or X or whatever it is, the newer one. Yeah, I want the system. I can't get it for 2 years because they can't get all the components together to make them for the demand. So a little bit get released at a time.
Look at all the the car salesmen.
Oh God, yeah.
Like they're selling cars that they don't have.
Nope.
And they're not getting them anytime soon either.
Nope. If you want to get a brand new car, I was looking at something with a car. I had to go to my dealership and they go, "Oh, get a brand new car." It takes about maybe and they said, if you're lucky, you can get it in 3 months. You can pay for it now, but you won't get it delivered for about 3 months if you're lucky. Yeah. It could be longer. And, and I wasn't I'm talking like this is Ford, dealership, not Mitsubishi or Honda where it's more of an import. So I'm like, okay, you realize we're in North America. You still can't get me a brand new car for 3-4 months. Nope. Oh, all right, Ned. So it's been a special year, and
Sorry, I asked. I was just inquiring.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay. I'll stick to my bicycle. No.
Yeah. No, I'll walk.
I'll walk. Exactly. We'll get there faster. And what gets me is like a lot of the misinformation that's been out there throughout the year. So we know with COVID, everyone's got their yays, nays, whatever, what side. And I'm not getting into all that debate shit. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about some of the stories that have come out because of it. So. And one story came out because, of course, it's the blind leading the blind, so to speak. So bear with me, Dave. Did you hear the story with Nicki Minaj? Take that as a no. So Nicki Minaj is going, anti-vaccine at the time when the story came out. And people asked her why. And she says, well, to her, whatever, 5-point-something million followers on Instagram, she says she's not going to take the vaccine because her cousin's fiance back in Trinidad took the vaccine a couple of days before he was supposed to get married, and it had a side effect where his testicles swelled up. So because of that, they called off the wedding. So how this now parlays is that story got released, and within 24 hours, the Prime Minister, of Trinidad, the Minister of Health from Trinidad, and another doctor from Trinidad did a press conference from Trinidad saying, "Hi, first of all, we'd like to say that we take all claims seriously that are made about the vaccine. We reached out and we looked across the island of Trinidad and Tobago to find out who Mrs. Minaj's cousin was and to find the fiance to see what happened. And let's just say, after using all our resources, this was a gross waste of time because they never found anybody, right? There was no cousin that was getting married, called off a wedding. They never found the so-called fiance. Then they had to explain that what he had was elephantitis of the nuts, so to speak. It had nothing to do with the vaccine, but no one ever came forward. This story is so stupid to me that it is funny. Dave? Now, I know like Dave was frozen, but he's not.
I'm sorry, who's that again?
Nicki Minaj. Starships were meant to fly. Yeah, rapper, singer, whatever. But, I mean, she's smart though. I mean, she married a guy who was, accused of being a pedophile, and that's her husband or baby father or whatever the case may be. But she's smart. No, she's smart. Yeah, she's smart. Sarcasm. Usually, this is the point where Dave looks at me and goes, "Who the fuck or what is a Nicki Minaj?"
Well, if you know how the conversation's going to go,
yes,
then I don't have to play along, which is the point that I was making. I figured I'd just wait and you'd catch up and go, no, wait a minute.
I'm a little bit rusty, man. It's been a while. I'm a little bit rusty.
Is she fucking this Travis Scott douchebag? Like,
if she was, it'd be a step up for her. No. But wow. I mean, yeah. Wow. Yeah, no. As I said, Travis Scott, at least he's got talent. Her boyfriend is what we call, he's pulling the Federline, Kevin Federline, and even Kevin Federline has more talent than her present, her present man. Because at least Kevin Federline used to be a backup dancer. He's attempted to play golf. I think he came out with barbecue sauce. But his claim to fame is just having 2 kids with Britney Spears and just living off the money. So, Federline.
I've got nothing because I don't know who the fuck this person is.
Exactly.
Like, honestly.
Let's put this way. Britney Spears? Britney Spears got 2 kids. That's the father of her 2 kids. She met him on tour Britney as one of her backup dancers. He got with Britney and said, yep, jackpot. And he stopped doing anything.
One of the good things that happened last year, Britney's free.
Britney's free, man.
I don't know how. I know. I still don't know who this Nicki Minaj shit is. Nor do I fucking care.
Nope. But that's how that's her claim to fame. That's what she said. Or at least Rihanna got a national day in Barbados, but Nicki Minaj, she just should have just stuck to music.
And even then, maybe not.
Starships were meant to fly.
What I'd like to see for 2022 is people like, I guess, Ms. Minaj, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, the Kardashian clan, Trump, Ghislaine, Clintons, anybody listed in that little black book.
Right.
The Royals, Charles, Miss Red, who the fuck's he married to?
Camilla. Yeah.
Sorry, not Miss Red, Camilla.
I knew you meant.
A few other people I probably can't even spend the time thinking of right now. But I'd like to shoot them all into space in that big giant cock of Jeff Bezos. And just leave them there. Shoot them to Mars, I think. They can start a new planet there. No, I mean, like, it doesn't matter about, like, the
one-way trip to Mars,
the breathable air or anything like that, because
the atmosphere.
I'm pretty sure that most of these fuckers just suck the air out of any room that they're in. So yeah, I'd like all these people just to fuck off and not come back.
Yep, the dogs agree.
They can also take the dog for all I care. because really, like, fuck them. I think it would be great if you could just put all these people into like a lineup and take a picture and give one of those what was that fucking popular thing that came out this year? The
Great challenge.
NTFs.
Oh,
NFTs.
yes. NFTs.
Yeah. Put all their picture on one of those, and because I mean, like, as useful as these fucking people are, I'm sure the NFTs are just as useful. And like, seriously, just shoot them into fucking space and leave them on Mars. That's my wish for 2022, and also to have things reopen and get back to some sort of normalcy, and you know, be able to do shit live again, and not wait till, you know, we have a free month and then have everything shut back down again, because that sucked. So I think in closing, what I'd like to say is I still don't know who the fuck Nicki Minaj is. And I can pretty much guarantee I'm not going to lose any fucking sleep over it tonight. So
Nope. Not at all. Look, it's like me with a lot of new rap music right now. I mean, there's some rappers and singers that have passed away this past year, you know, alongside, you know, Betty White, that I was like, oh, that one hurt, you know. So for myself, like, I'm old school. I like there's a rap group called UTFO. So one of their members just passed away a couple of weeks ago, Kango from UTFO. You know, and they had that old school song there, Roxanne, you know, and it was produced by Full Force. So Full Force was the three big Full Force brothers, the three big black guys that were in House Party, running around chasing Kid and Play all the time, saying, "I'm gonna kick your fucking ass." So yeah, that's, you know, that's when music to me was music. Lisa and Cult Jam, yeah, bring all that back to me. But I hear you, Dave. For 2022, I just want things to reopen. I want us to see people again. I want us to do live shows. I want us to do more fundraisers and give to those that need it, those that deserve it. Absolutely. And just connect with people and connect with people at live shows and just have fun doing that and getting back to that aspect of it. And just being able to, you know, interact with people instead of feeling like a man under a glass, so to speak. So that's the only thing. 2022, I'm just happy that so far, you know, everyone I know is safe and happy and getting by. And I know it might be tough days, and this is why we do what we do, to give you some laughs throughout the days that come, because sometimes it just gets a little bit crazy. So,
and yeah, hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully you have a good 2022 and you're safe and your family is safe and everything else. We thank you for watching, honestly, because if you're not doing that, then us doing this is really just for our mental sake. We really don't fucking care. But we do actually thank you for watching and everything else. And also remember, as I said last year many times, there's a lot of good people out in this world. If you can't find one, be one. And a very special thank you to people I don't know who you are, but there was a point in time in Hamilton, just outside Tim Hortons Field. My wife and her cousin had a slight mechanical issue, and these people came forward and helped them out and really wanted nothing in return, just wanted to make sure that they were safe and everything else. And it's always nice to know that there are people out there, you know, willing to help, and not, you know, not for any notoriety or not for a photo op or anything like that. But thank you very much. You guys are awesome. And again, you know, like I said, there are good people out there, and if you can't find one, be one. So have a good 2022, and make sure you hit up Jaybird Digital Arts and make sure you like, share, subscribe, go to Redbubble and buy our shit because, well, fuck, we can't do anything now, so we need the money. And yeah, we will be back throughout the year. We'll have Thomas back once he figures out what the hell he's doing. We'll have Zolf back because he's in Dubai, and of course the Wi-Fi is shit there. We'll have guests and everything else throughout the year, and you guys have to keep coming back and figuring it all out, okay? So thank you very much. Have a good night.